Hey, what's going on everyone, this is iReviews. In this video, I will give you guys 20 tips and tricks which will help you increase the battery life of your iPhone. So these tips and tricks will work on any iPhone, on iOS 11, iOS 10 as well, and probably most of them will work on iOS 9 as well. So let's get started. Disable sharing analytics. You can do that by going to settings, go to privacy, scroll all the way down, go here to analytics, and then from here just disable the switch right there. Make sure you turn off airdrop when you're not using it. Just make sure you put it on receiving off, and this will turn off airdrop and won't consume your battery while you're not using it. Go to settings, go to privacy, go to location services, and here you will find system services. So if you see here any of these services that you don't use, for example, I don't use HomeKit, you can go ahead and disable it right here so it doesn't consume your battery and you don't need that service. Just go ahead and switch it off right here. Turn off fitness tracking. So you can do that by going to settings, go to privacy, and scroll all the way down here to motion and fitness, and just turn it off right here so it doesn't track you and it won't consume your battery while it's tracking you. On the mail settings, make sure you go to your account, the email that you use, and then just go here to fetch new data. You can turn this off, but what's more important here is that you turn it into manual. So it's not looking for new emails all the time in the background, but you can just check them manually when you open the mail app. On newer devices, iPhone 6s and up, there is a new feature called Rise to Wake. So basically this will wake up the screen of your iPhone once you pick up your iPhone from a table or you put it out of your pocket. But this of course consumes battery. You can turn that off by going to settings, go to display and brightness, and you will have it right here. Just turn off that switch. Something really important when it comes to increasing battery life on your iPhone is managing your notifications. You don't want all the apps that you have on your iPhone sending you notifications. Most of them you don't need at all. So you go to settings, go to your notifications, and here you will find a list of all the apps that you have installed on your device. Just make sure you go ahead and turn off notifications for those apps that you don't want to have notifications for, or apps that you use frequently. You open them like every hour or even more frequently, so you don't need to have notifications all the time. Go ahead and just turn them off if you don't need them. Background app refresh is also something that really consumes a lot of battery. You can turn that off by going to settings, go to general, background app refresh, and you can switch it off here for all the apps, but of course you might want to have that enabled for some apps. So you will have the list of the apps right here, and you can choose for which apps you want to have background app refresh enabled and for which of them you want to disable it. Another thing that you can do to make sure that your screen won't consume a lot of battery is turning off auto brightness and keeping the brightness lower. So you can disable it right here, and then you can set the brightness with that slider. Something that's really a myth among iPhone users is that you will have to kill all the apps in the background so you can save the battery. But that's not true. Killing the apps from the app switcher will make your iPhone restart the app every time you open it. So if you're using your apps like every hour or even more frequently, like the social apps, all that stuff, keep that opened in the background so you won't have to restart the app every time you open it. That will consume battery. So leaving apps on the app switcher is actually better for the battery life of your iPhone. Turn off handoff. So if you're really not using it, you can turn it off simply by going to settings, go to general, you will have handoff right here. Just turn off that switch. On the iTunes and App Store settings here, under the settings app, go ahead and turn off the automatic downloads. So you will have here music apps, books, and also updates. Go ahead and turn them off so you can update or download something only when your device is charged. Under settings, under cellular, you will find here an option called Wi-Fi Assist. So what this basically does is that it will automatically use cellular data if the signal of the Wi-Fi is not good. So you want to turn that off, and you can do it from here. You have this switcher, go to settings, cellular, and you will find it right there. Location services is something that really consumes a lot of battery. I try to keep it off all the time, only when I need it I turn it on. So go to settings, location services, and turn it off right here, or you can choose for which apps you want to use it. So if you need an app to use it all the time, you can leave that on, but otherwise you can turn off the location services for the other apps. Make sure you turn off the Bluetooth when you don't need it. So leaving it on will keep it constantly searching for devices, so you don't want to do that. Turn it off. So in iOS 10 you can turn it off from the control center or from the settings, while if you're on iOS 11 you will have to go to settings and go to Bluetooth in order to turn it completely off. Vibration is also something that will consume your battery. So if you have vibrations on everything, of course the engine of vibration will consume battery. You can turn off vibration by going to settings, go to sounds and haptics, and just disable it right here. A new feature introduced on iOS 10 and of course iOS 11 as well are the widgets, but keeping a lot of them enabled right here will of course consume battery. They require internet, so they constantly updating and all that stuff, so go ahead and just keep the ones that you really use. On the settings app, go to display and brightness and go to auto lock, and from here you will have to enable auto lock. Make sure you have that enabled all the time, because you might forget your phone somewhere and the screen is on. Of course it will drain your battery, so set a time here for the iPhone to auto lock. And of course use low power mode. So low power mode is a feature introduced on iOS 10 and it really helps your iPhone improve the battery life. So if you're running low on battery, or even if you're not running low but you won't be able to charge your iPhone for a while, go ahead and enable low power mode. And last but not least, use the airplane mode. So if you don't need your iPhone to be connected to your network or anything like that, so if you're somewhere doing something and you don't really need your phone to be connected, go ahead and use the airplane mode. So that's it for this video, guys. Go ahead and make sure you use these tips and tricks, and they will help you increase the battery life of your iPhone. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Also, go ahead and follow me on my social media. You will find the links in the description of the video.